goodness to you. I just declare this time, this space, as providing exactly what it needs for each individual here. And so we begin our time of silence. time and space here in our beautiful sanctuary, we conclude our time together for meditation for today, and I appreciate and am grateful for you joining me today.
say thank you for...
I believe it is approximately 10:31.
Indeed it is.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Woo, it's good to be here. My name's Melissa, this is Z. You'll hear more about us later if you don't already know us. Thank you, Reverend Cheryl, for having us here. We are very, very grateful to be here, and we would like you to join us in singing our opening song. It's one of ours. It's very simple. There is a chorus that you'll learn right away, and then the rest of it is call and response. So you hear it, you repeat it back. Can you do that?
Yes.
Even without coffee, you probably could do that. All right. Goes like this. Gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Now you. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of this love. Yeah. Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
I know that.
I know that.
Spirit loves me.
Spirit loves me.
That's a fact.
That's a fact.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. Yeah. When I'm down, I turn to you.
I turn to you.
When I'm down,
you
pull me through.
pull me through.
Yeah. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. Z.
All alone, feeling broken, I don't know where to go. Got a feeling if I'm willing, Spirit's opening the door. So I'm asking, passing time while I'm crashing in the last sad gas. Looking and it's slow. A little knowing that won't let go. Can't ignore it and you know I won't. Cause it's growing in the open, no more hoping now. Spirit holds my soul and then you gotta let me love you now. You are worthy of this love. So why not let Spirit love you now? I am worthy of this love.
Yeah. I surrender.
I surrender
Every little thing.
every little thing.
I surrender.
I surrender.
Hear me sing.
Hear me
Wanna hear you
sing.
sing. I'm gonna let
Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love. I'm gonna let Spirit love me now. I am worthy of His love.
I am worthy of this love.
I am worthy of His love.
Yes,
I am worthy of His love. Yeah.
Welcome, 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 welcome. Let's have a big hand for Melissa and Z and the praise team. Oh my goodness. So fantastic. Welcome, welcome, welcome to Center for Spiritual Living San Jose. I'm so glad to see everybody out there. I am Reverend Cheryl McCreary, and I'm glad to be here. And I'm actually off today, so I'm not really here. So this is a hologram. Is it a hologram? That's what's happening here. So let me tell you what's going on today. We have some incredible guest artists in the house who will do the talk and the music. Reverends Melissa, Phillippe, and Z. Egloff will be taking us to church this morning, as they already have done. And we have a meditation this morning was Laura Graham-Marquard. Thank you so much, Laura. That was beautiful. Our call to service will be done by Barbara Bird, practitioner, and our invocation will be done by practitioner Les Lindop, and he's also a ministerial intern. And so come on up, Barbara and Les. And I was told to share with you a couple of things before I move here. So one is the outreach donation drive was an amazing success. We collected over 400 cans of food. And so I just want to thank the outreach team. Outreach, please stand up so we can thank you. And our beloved, I don't know where our outreach people are. Oh, right here, Audrey, wonderful. And the other part of our team, Alyssa, who actually carted the food, is in the hospital. So we will be holding her in prayer. And the other thing I was asked to say is that we're live streaming to YouTube. So please join our YouTube channel, which is at San Jose Center. Is that right, Scott? I have done my job. Enjoy the service. Thank you.
There we go. As I ring the bowl this morning, this is our call to service today. And we know that the vibration of this bowl flows through our body, mind, and spirit and reminds us that God is truly all there is.
Let's pray. As I settle into this morning and I know that I am worthy of that love, that God's love that surrounds us today. I am one with that God as you are. There is no separation. There is only the oneness that brings us together to embrace and enjoy and celebrate what is there for us and know what is ours to know and to be led by the truth. I welcome you all into this house, even though it is just a structure. It's a symbol of us being together and loving and worshiping and sharing that oneness with God. And as I move through my day, I know that God is with me, and I carry the spirit of each of you and the blessings that are to come. I breathe in, I express my gratitude, and I release my word, and so it is.
Good morning. I'm Marcia Bencala. I'm a staff minister here, and I'm also your host this morning. And I woke up this morning, and it was so cool, temperature-wise. And I could finally sleep. Yes, it's so beautiful. And if you're here for the first time, let me tell you that if you haven't experienced Melissa and Z, you're in for a treat. And if you've been here for a while, and never experienced Melissa and Z, you're in for a treat. And if you have experienced Melissa and Z at all, you're in for a treat. All right, and now is this moment in which we call into our awareness who we are and why we come to a place like this in community. So if you're able, please stand and we will say together our statement of being. We believe that life is good, then God is all there is, and that love is the only power. We are a welcoming and inclusive community of inspired individuals caring for and about each other and the entire planetary family, bringing the gifts of active compassion and kindness to the world. Our purpose is to transform lives, build dreams, and reveal God through education, music, prayer, service, generosity, and play. And now if you'll take a moment and greet somebody maybe that you haven't ever said hello to before. As everybody settles back down, that's okay. We're ready. We have several announcements, and our first one, I'm going to pass my mic to Ron.
Thank you. Today's the day. Today is the day for the Art of the Beautiful Question workshop after service, currently planned to be right over here, so in the air conditioning. The beautiful question is like the universe is always giving us cosmic nudges, and the question is, are we paying attention to them? Sometimes it's in the form of songs that stick with us, and all of a sudden you get an aha moment, or you get you hear the verse and your eyes get weepy and you're not sure why. So this is an exploration of that.
Thank you, Ron.
Thank you, Ron. All right, so, before we go into announcements, I just want to acknowledge something, and I don't know if this happened while I was making a little pit stop, but yesterday we had a practitioner retreat here yesterday that Reverends Melissa and Z facilitated, and it was incredible. And the retreat was actually Friday evening and Saturday. So I wanted to thank them for facilitating. They did a fantastic job. And I want to thank Reverend Marcia for facilitating the entire process and planning the retreat and executing. It was beautiful, and I've heard such great feedback about it. And I want to also thank Mitzi McClarney for the big load that she took on in helping pull this off, and so many other people too, but I just wanted to really say thank you, and thank you.
Well, I want to say thank you, if you don't mind, to all the practitioners.
Yes.
I mean, if we could live in a world like this where people just do what needs to have to be done, it works so beautifully and quickly. So thank you, all of you.
Beautiful. Okay, so now let's move into announcements. How many people have their Gypsy Soul tickets for the concert next week? Yay! All right, so Gypsy Soul will be here. If you do not know them, they are amazing musicians, gorgeous music, gorgeous people, and they will be here to put on a show on Saturday, and it's Saturday evening. And it is a benefit concert for our center. So we're actually raising funds for the center. So show up, have some great music, have fun, and support CSL San Jose next Saturday.
And then next Sunday, the 22nd, Youth and Family will begin again. More details to come soon. Then the next weekend, next Sunday, the 29th, how many love the smell of pancakes? And how many love to eat? And how many love community? Well, that Sunday is our community pancake breakfast. After service in Fellowship Hall, it's a love offering only. We welcome you all to come, and let us know if you want to volunteer.
Thank you, Marcia. How many people here are not members yet but want to be a member of CSL San Jose? Okay, because lots of you have asked. So guess what happens October 6th? The Pathway to Membership class begins. It is a new member class, so if you've been visiting, you've been lurking, you've been showing up, maybe sitting on the sidelines. Oh, are there some lurkers in that row? Behind me. Oh, I see. Yes, some people who are highly in service here but are not members, you'll want to join that class. Here's how it's going to work. There are 2 sessions. There's a session October 6th, October 13th after the service. We'll be in there for about 90 minutes or so. I will provide lunch, and you'll learn more about the center, more about the teaching. You'll meet some of the leadership at the center. And then on October 27th, which is the day of our community picnic, we will have you installed with this beautiful ceremony, a very short ceremony where you'll be installed as a member and introduced to the community. So I invite you, if you feel pulled to make this your spiritual home, where we are spiritual but not religious, I invite you to take that new member class. And I will be mostly facilitating it with help from my friends.
Oops. I saw that. Okay, and then our last announcement, well, not last. I'll leave that.
Is it me?
No, it's me. October 13th, if you have a pet that you have lost that's particularly dear in your heart, we're going to have a special gathering of remembrance for those of you that have had animal companions that have crossed over. Again, it'll be October 13th, a Sunday, from 1 to 2 p.m. in person here in the sanctuary.
Thank you. And
Yes.
I have a final announcement. We have a very special event happening here at the center. It's coming up fast. On October 17th, Marianne Williamson will be here doing an evening with Marianne Williamson. And it is going to be a massive event. She is wanting to talk about her book about mystic Jesus, really learning and understanding the qualities of the Christ that live within all of us. So Marianne will be here. It is, again, a fundraiser for our center. And so I think there's a QR code that's available now that you can just hold your camera up and get the QR code. Tickets will be on sale on Eventbrite. I think they're already actually up. So I hope you can make it out for that event. It's going to be incredible having Marianne here, especially coming off of being in the election season, which I'm sure she will say some stuff about. All right, so October 17th, save the date.
Yeah, I imagine that will be full. We'll be full in here for that.
Yes.
All right. I think we're done with announcements.
Yes.
And it's my honor right now to introduce our guest musicians. So I'm going to give them time to come up here and say thank you to the praise team. Thank you to our house band. And so a little bit about Melissa and Z. It's Reverend Dr. Melissa Phillippe and Reverend Z. Egloff are longtime students and teachers of consciousness and transformation. They are both ordained ministers with Centers for Spiritual Living, holding master's degrees in consciousness studies. Z also holds a master's in spiritual psychology, and Melissa has an honorary doctorate for her contributions, many contributions, to the field of New Thought music. Melissa and Z are the founders of Oh My God Life, an online and traveling ministry. At their virtual home, ohmygodlife.com, through their virtual home, ohmygodlife.com, they offer videos, music, books, classes, and more. They also speak, perform, and facilitate workshops and retreats nationwide. Give a big welcome to Melissa and Z.
Thank you.
Thank you, Marcia.
This song has a spoken word chorus, and I would love for you to join us. I believe we have lyrics, but if not, I'll teach it to you. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. Say that with me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. And then we say, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence in me. Beautiful. It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. God was unreliable, a crazy man, righteous, someone I should love and fear. What kind of sense is that? It started out small, something less than a touch. I didn't even know it was you. When I stumbled upon your power, I lost what I was taught. The crazy and the righteous enfolded in a love so vast it stretched the very definition of the word. Love. Together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. Again, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender.
Not outside of me, and yet you are. It makes no sense, but then it does, for you are here wherever here may be. I speak to you, you speak to me. The voice is mine and not mine, landing in the space between where you and I vanish and begin stretching the very definition of the word. Me, you, together, I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender. I surrender to your love. I surrender.
I feel your peace
I
and your presence
surrender.
and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace
I surrender.
and your presence in me. I feel your peace
Surrender.
and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power, my God. I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace.
Surrender.
Power, my God. I feel your peace and your presence in me. Your peace and your presence and your power, my
Surrender
God. I feel
to
your peace and your
love.
presence in me. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me. I feel your peace and your presence and your power. My God, I feel your peace and your presence in me.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence.
I surrender.
I feel your peace and your presence and your power. Thank you. Right? Except when I don't. Like when I'm getting my knickers all in a twist about something, or I'm in a conflict with someone, or when there's an extremely divisive, incredibly close election. For example, just things, right? There's all those ways in which we can feel, we feel it here, and then we lose it, right? So Melissa and I have a practice that we do. We've been leaning on it really heavily for about a decade now. The I-thou relationship. So when I say the I-thou relationship, I'm talking about having a relationship with Spirit. And when I was a kid, that meant something very specific. It meant a relationship with God. That was the only word we used. And God was something very specific. God was a white, cisgender male, vintage cloud dweller who repeatedly failed his mandatory anger management class. And I was supposed to have a relationship with that guy, right? Like, no, not gonna happen. Now, as modern metaphysicians, we know that Spirit is everywhere present, including right here. So what does it look like to have a relationship with Spirit when we know that? That's what we want to talk about today. How we build that relationship and what happens when we do. How's that sound? Good? All right. Melissa is going to get us started. Melissa.
When I was growing up, we went to church every single Sunday. And I heard about that version of God. Right? So this church had only that version of God. And, it wasn't really inspiring for me. It wasn't allowing me to trust and have faith in that version of the divine. When I was in the 6th grade, my parents moved me from public school to private school, which was a good idea at the time. And they moved me to the school that was the church that I had been attending. So then I started going to church 6 days a week. Every single day, Monday through Friday, we would go into this huge church and have a church service before school. Woo! Oh, so you know what's happening 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, what's going on with you as an individual. Well, for me, as an individual, what's starting to happen is we start to realize, you know, that family I grew up in, not all families are like that family. And what my parents are saying, I'm beginning to think I don't always agree, right? We start to individuate. We start to have our own thoughts and responses and beliefs and things like that. So I kept through these 6th, 7th, and 8th grade, that's when I was at that school, hearing about this version of God and thinking, you know, it sounds really good to have an all-loving, powerful presence. But then you're also telling me that this all-loving God is sending my best friend Donna Abrahams to hell because she's Jewish. No. Like, no, I'm sorry. I don't believe those coexist. I don't believe you. And so what I did was I turned away. And actually, I'll never really know how much that anger, because that was my reaction, was anger. My reaction to a lot of things then was anger, but certainly to that. I thought it was upsetting, to say the least. So I turned away from spirit, but also I became a drug addict at the age of 13. It was fun for a while, and then it wasn't. So I was a drug addict for quite a while. But then on July 31st, so now July 31st just happened, right? So it's now 35 years, 1 month, and 15 days ago, I got clean. One of the best decisions of my life. And soon thereafter, I found myself at a Centers for Spiritual Living, then called Religious Science Church. And I started hearing about this new version of God, of spirit, right? So I was hearing about this version of God that had God as everything. And God, as if it's everything, then it must be me. It's not like it stops right about, you know, an inch. And then there's me. So then if God is everything, God is right here as me. This really worked for me. This really worked for me. I still wasn't saying the word God. I still don't really like that word because it triggers for me that version that Z was describing. So I know y'all can say it as much as you want if it doesn't do that to you, but I don't, you know. But anyway, for the sake of the conversation, I will say, God is all there is, then God is here too. But I still wasn't hearing about another version of spirit. This version of spirit that is obviously within me and also outside of me, which means I can relate. I can have conversations. I can talk to and listen to and have a relationship with spirit, right? So since then, I have learned that there's a whole theory about this. A philosopher, Ken Wilber, is an American philosopher, still alive, not even that old, actually. And he talks about the three faces of the divine. There is face one, which is everything, all that is. There is only this one power, this one energy, this one presence, whatever you call it. One, all that is. Two, the second face of the divine is the I relationship. Because if God is everything, God is right here as me, as I. I'm good, right? And there is a third face of the divine. Spirit as you. Spirit as you. And when we have this kind of experience, now, with all three, what I started finding was I had a three-dimensional relationship with spirit. It really shifted for me to re-include God as you, because I could have a different kind of freedom of communication, listening, talking, and like that. It really worked for me. Now, there is a paradox here I'm just going to speak to, because you might be going, but this is religious science we're talking about. So I'm not saying God is outside of me. I'm saying God is outside of me and inside of me. So there is this paradoxical kind of thing we as metaphysicians get to take on, that's challenging, but we're up for a challenge, right? Y'all up for a challenge? Yeah. So I can have a conversation with this spirit, this all-knowing presence that is outside of me, knowing that this presence is also within me. It's kind of weird, right? Because I can say you, and I also know it's right here. But that's the three faces of the divine. It's all that is, it's me, it's outside of me, and it's also inside of me at the same time. So that's that. So how this happened is 16 years ago, Z and I started ministerial school at the same time, actually. Another whole story. But I finally gave in and said yes to becoming a minister after many years. I used to be music director here. Did you all know that? Some of you know. Long time ago with David Bruner. Anyway, I decided finally to say yes to Spirit and go to ministerial school. And we had this experience in there. So in this training, we had a class. In the class, there was a guided meditation. And in the guided meditation, we were invited to spend time in a very safe place. Of course, you know that story, right? Go to a safe place. With Spirit, with the power, the all-powerful presence of the divine, with Spirit in this place for a while. So we just sat there in our little place with Spirit for a while, and that was powerful. And then we were invited to ask this presence, Spirit, what is my name, my individual name for you? What is it you would have me call you? And I heard a voice. It was like the movies. Like I heard this voice that said, the all. And I sobbed. I mean, I was sobbing so uncontrollably that I was trying to maintain, because Z was also in the room doing this meditation. I didn't want to disturb them, but it was intensely moving for me. So next morning, I go for a walk, and I do my prayer like I always do. And I had been praying for years, there is only one power. This power and presence is all that is. It is right here as me, and blah, 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 blah. But you know what I mean. I would go on from there. And this day, instead, because of that experience, I was walking and I just said, good morning, the all. Oh, and I felt this power move through my body, open my heart, my chest. And I wept again. It was just a very powerful, visceral experience of the presence of love right here. And then I went on to say, you are all that is. You are all that has ever been, all that will ever be, and you are right here in me, as me. And then blah, blah, blah. So over time, years of doing this, I started to feel like, God is nice and short, but the all is kind of longer. And I started to feel like every time I referred to Spirit, using the all just felt kind of cumbersome and long. So one morning when I was walking, I said to Spirit, so I want to talk to you for a minute about this. I've been having this experience of just feeling like it's kind of long. And I don't want to be blasphemous or offensive like you told me what to call you, but maybe I could just shorten it, use the first letter of each word and call you Ta. And once again, I heard a voice like I had in that meditation, and it laughed and said, well, I do not care what you call me. That worked. So I have since referred to Spirit as Ta, and it's evolved and changed through the years, and I continue to feel a visceral, amazing experience when I talk to Spirit directly, knowing it's also right here. So this got me to thinking about the process of developing this relationship with Spirit. Like, it's a relationship. We've all had relationships. I hope you've had some relationships. Probably you're not sitting here if you haven't had some. And what you can see is that there's a process that we go through to get closer, to develop intimacy, to build a relationship. And mostly what it is that we spend time with that person or presence. We spend time. And we talk. And we listen. And over time, we discover, we recognize their voice. You know how when you have a good friend and you pick up the phone and you say hello and they say hello and you go, oh, what's going on? Like you can hear it in their hello. That's the intimacy I'm talking about. And because of the time that we can spend with this I, thou, with this presence of the divine that is everywhere and here, we can have that recognition of the voice. So we're not like, well, is this my ego? It's like, well, does it sound like the same voice as spirit? It's like, so I'm not saying that doesn't ever happen to me, by the way. So this is what, and over time, this is a natural occurring. And often what happens over time when we develop this intimacy with someone is eventually we have a nickname for them. Like me going from the all to ta. Right? Like, so in our house, Z knows if I call out the name Z, they're probably in trouble. Because in our house, and actually most places, Z is baby. Baby. Good morning, baby. Just, that's Z's name for me. And that's Z's name for me. So I know if I hear Melissa out of Z's mouth, I'm in something's going down and I'm not going to be liking next. So there's these, you can take away from this, there are 3 shortcuts or hacks that you can use to speed up this intimacy for you with spirit. Spend time, obviously. First of all, though, you have to set your intention because, of course, that's always first. And say to you and spirit, I am stepping into a closer walk with you. I want a deeper relationship. That's scary to say to a person because they might go, well, I'm not feeling it. Spirit, I promise you will not say that. No, I'm not feeling it. That'd be really bad. Okay, and then you spend enough time in the presence that you know you're like steeped and you're feeling it, and then you can ask Spirit, what is the name you would have me call you? It is liable to be like, oh, like do something in you, like it does in me. And then prayer. Of course, prayer, always prayer. And so we do this thing called devotional mind treatment. Some people heard me this morning accidentally slip into devotional mind treatment. It's the way that Z and I both ended up praying after that experience in that class. Because we use the word you. So I start out my prayer, oh, Spirit, I'm talking directly instead of there's only one power and there's only one presence, which is also true and will also get you there, by the way. But for me, I found that devotional mind treatment really does something else in me and works for me. So we're going to pray that way this morning. But the third prayer that we're suggesting, the third hack, the prayer that we're suggesting is that, we're religious science. We pray. We pray for everything, right? I'm opening and I'm welcoming and I'm receiving and thank you and all of the things we say. But I didn't realize until not embarrassingly recently, that I could be saying, I'm claiming a deeper walk. And I'm feeling the feeling of this deeper walk, this immense, overwhelming presence of love that is within me. I'm claiming that in my prayer. We pray for everything. But if we're not praying for that, we're missing a big possibility of love in our lives all day, every day. And the beautiful thing about that prayer is that it handles everything else. Because when we have a deeper walk with Spirit, we know we're so in tune with our intuition. We are guided more fully, more often. We hear, nope, not that. Don't say that right now. Okay, right? What to do, what to say, what to eat, what not to do, what not to say, and what not to eat, or whatever. So everything gets better. So that's my gift to you for this morning, is those 3 shortcuts or hacks to a deeper relationship with Spirit. And Z is going to talk a little bit more about this process for them and like that. So I give you Reverend Baby.
Thank you, Melissa. Okay, that means I'm not in trouble, so that's good. I love the I-thou relationship. It's been an amazing thing for me to really deepen it in this last decade or so. When Melissa and I were about to graduate from ministerial school, I got a particularly powerful download from Spirit, which for me is one of the coolest things about building the I-thou, is having these downloads from Spirit come in. And it was a download that really shaped and changed the course of our ministry. And in order for this to make sense, I first have to tell you a story about a cat. Okay, so this was about 20 years ago. I was coming out of a bad breakup. I'd lost the cat to her. She got to keep the cat. So I was really reeling. It was a really hard breakup, and I decided that what I needed to kind of get through was I needed a cat of my own. And before this time, every other cat I'd ever had in my life had just picked me, as cats do, right? Showed up at my doorstep, or a friend said, hey, do you want a cat, or something like that, right? So I let Spirit know, I want a cat, please. Please have a cat show up for me. It wasn't happening. So I finally decided to take matters into my own hands. And I want my cat now. I go to a local animal shelter, and they had a room there with about 30 cats all in one room, all ignoring each other, because cats. Yeah, it was fabulous, actually. And so I go around, and I find this adorable little kitty, and I said, okay, I want her. And they said, well, she's already accounted for. But here's another one that looks just like her. So I go over to kitty number 2, and I pick her up, and I pet her for about 30 seconds, and then she bites me. So I put her down, and I say, I'll take her. I wanted my cat now. I'm just like, this is fine, this will do. Now, I would say then I took her home, but oh no, they had some serious hoops for me to jump through. The first one was I had to give them 2 references, and they had to call both people and talk to them to make sure that I was a proper cat owner. Actually, Jay Leno used to say, dogs have owners, cats have staff. So they had to make sure I was proper cat staff material. We did that. Then I had to sign all these forms, basically saying, I'm pledging my life here that I will never return this cat to the shelter, and I will never give this cat away to anyone else either, because they haven't been properly vetted as proper cat staff, right? So I'm like, geez, I've never had to do all this, right, just to get a cat, but okay, sign the forms. I take the cat home, and I named her Lucy. 1 week later, I get a call from a friend who said, I found the perfect cat for you. I said, great, okay. And at this point, I'm curious. I wasn't going to get 2 cats, but I was curious. So I go to this pet store, and they had this adorable little orange male kitten. I love orange male cats. He's just so sweet and cuddly. He doesn't try to attack me. There are no forms to fill out. They're just like, take him, please, right? So again, not the plan to get 2, but I'm like, okay, let's do it. Bring him home and name him Max. So now it's Lucy and Max and me in a very small apartment, and Lucy and Max do not get along. Actually, Lucy hates Max. Lucy's thinking, it was good. Why did you have to bring him home, right? This is not good. They're driving me crazy. The vet that I was taking them to at the time said that tortoiseshells, Lucy was a tortoiseshell, often make better only children, right? That's just the way they are. And Lucy had to be an only child with me, right? Because I could not return her. I had signed my name in blood, and I am an honorable person. So I gave Max away to a friend of mine. It broke my heart, really. I love that little guy. Now it's just me and Lucy. And you know, surprise, surprise, she had a tendency to bite. Like, all of a sudden, out of the blue. Most cats, I've had a lot of cats, they usually have a tell of some kind. You know when it's coming. Not Lucy. She was tough. A friend of mine used to say that Lucy looked like she'd done time. She had seen things that she could not unsee. She was tough. I loved her, but fast forward 13 years later, and Melissa has joined the party, our little family of 3, and we're about to graduate from ministerial school. Melissa and I, not Lucy. She refused to attend. It's just Melissa and I get a download from Spirit that's now going to make sense. I get this download from Spirit that says, you two are about to graduate. You can approach your ministry in one of 2 ways. You can approach it like you did when you got Lucy, which was making it happen on your timing. And if you do, it's going to be good, it's going to go well overall, but it's going to bite from time to time. Or you can approach your ministry like you did with every other cat you ever got, allowing it to be on Spirit's timing. And if you do, things are going to go a lot better. Now, at this point, I had never put that together. I had never put it together that Lucy was the one cat that I'd been, it's my timeline, I'm going to make it happen, and she was also the most difficult cat-staff relationship that I'd ever had, right? So that was the first revelation from my download. The second was a few months after the download, Lucy died. Suddenly and unexpectedly, we were upstairs, we hear a noise, we come downstairs, she's having a seizure, and then she's gone. Which was very much like Lucy, like sudden, unexpected, just like, peace out, like I'm gone. Okay, we found out she had a heart problem. There's nothing we could have done. It was just like her time. So here we are. Melissa and I are just graduating from school. We knew we had been led to the vision, Spirit's vision of having an online and traveling ministry, right? That's what we're going to be doing. And we've been told now from Spirit, like, don't push, let it happen. Did we listen? Well, we did make some calls, and by we, I mean Melissa. Because Melissa had been a New Thought singer-songwriter, so she had all these connections. Also, Melissa actually likes to talk on the phone, and she's pretty perky. So Melissa makes some calls. Hi, this is Melissa Phillippe. Do you remember me? Yeah, hi, I'm a minister now. I know, so fun, right? Well, I want to let you know I'm doing ministry with my wife, Z. Oh, Z, yes. Z is gender rich, whole lot of gender going on. And so I called him my wife, Ben. Yeah. I know I did have a husband last time we talked. Yep. Mm-hmm. It surprised me too. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, I just wanted to let you know that Z has joined me and they are doing ministry with me. Oh, they, yeah. Z uses they, them pronouns because of the gender-rich thing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Anyway, yeah, it's a little different. Anyway, speaking of different, we're doing talk, but we're also doing music, and I'm still singing, of course, because I love to sing, but Z has joined me, and Z does spoken word. Hello? Hello? Yeah, it didn't work. When we tried to tell people about us and all that we do, it didn't work. Spirit was right. Like pushing didn't work. So finally, about a year into our ministry, we decided, maybe because we're ministers like that, we should 100% surrender to Spirit, because there's kind of a big difference between 99% surrender and 100%, and we weren't really doing the all the way okay, Spirit. So we said, okay. We're going to let this unfold in Spirit's timing like we were told. And it didn't happen all of a sudden, all at once, but little by little, more and more, we just started to get calls from people who had heard about us and invited us to come. And we also got invited to do things that we had decided we weren't going to do. We don't do workshops. We don't do retreats, that kind of thing. We get invited to do them, and we're like, oh, yeah, 100% surrender. Okay, we'll do it. And then we realize, we really like this. Like, wow, Spirit is so much smarter than we are. Like, oh. And then we're going around and we're doing our thing. And, of course, we have all this stuff online. And people come over to our table and they go, wow, your whole business plan, like your marketing, like all that you're doing, it's like so intricate and great. And we're like, I know, right? Like, this isn't us. This is Spirit. Also, because we were following this path, you know, there's this metaphor for faith. You're driving along, and faith is like those headlights that allow you to see just that little bit, you know? But we had times when it was so foggy, we had no idea what we're doing, and we can't see anything. And so we have to take our sticky little fingers off the wheel and just let Spirit drive. And that is scary. But that also really built that I-thou relationship because we had to rely 100% on Spirit. 100%. So at the same time all this surrendering's going on, at one point I'm back home visiting my parents in Ohio, and Melissa's shopping and runs into a friend of ours, and our friend says, hey, by any chance, do you want a cat? And Melissa says, well, it's interesting because we love cats, but we don't have a cat right now. Long story. Melissa gets a picture of this cat, shows it to me back in Ohio, and I look at it and I go, that's our cat. She said, I know, right? And then that night, I get this download from Spirit that says, that cat's name is Max. And I said, Spirit, all-knowing one, you don't understand. I already had a cat named Max. Maybe you forgot. But this cat can't be named Max. I already had a cat named Max. Melissa calls me the next morning. She says, this is going to sound weird, but I keep getting that cat's name is Max. So Max came home to live with us. Best cat ever. He's 10 now. We've had him 8 years. And when we were putting this talk together, it was the first time I realized why his name is Max. Because the first Max that I got, that was like the surrendered version, right? Friend calls me, I get him, it's super easy. But I had already committed to striving with Lucy. So I had to let Max go. But it is never too late to surrender to Spirit, right? So I got another Max. I got another chance. So we have a picture. We have a slide of our boy. We call him our little rubber-nosed prince because his nose looks like the end of an eraser, or little Mr. Handsome Pants. He is our ministry mascot. He's a constant reminder for us of the power of surrendering to Spirit, right? So whenever we want to argue and explain to Spirit why we're right and we know what's going on and Spirit has no idea, or whenever it just feels too scary to take our little sticky fingers off the wheel and let Spirit drive, we just look into those eyes. We look into that love. We hear that purr. And it reminds us that surrender is not weakness. It's empowered surrender. Because when we surrender our lives to Spirit, we surrender our life to that power and that presence. And everything just keeps getting better and better, more magical, more amazing, more abundant, more loving, everything, right? And it doesn't bite. Please repeat after me. Spirit is so much smarter than I am. And it's never too late to surrender to Spirit. It's never too late to surrender to Spirit. Let us pray. A devotional line treatment.
Spirit, deepen my walk with you. Spirit, deepen my walk with you. Let me hear you. Let me feel you. Oh, Spirit, deepen my walk with you.
Sweet Spirit, you are all that is. Infinite love, divine peace, radiant joy, all things everywhere present, seen and unseen, known and unknown. You are all. And as you are in all things, so you are right here, right now, in me, as me, speaking these words, knowing these truths. And this is true for each and every one of us here today, in this room, watching online, all over this country, this entire planet, and beyond. We are made of you and only you. And so I speak this word right here, right now, knowing that every day we move to a deeper walk with you. I claim and accept for each and every one of us a setting of an intention for this walk, an opening to what you would have us call you, and praying for this deeper relationship, this deeper walk, this deeper knowing, this deeper love, this deeper understanding. Knowing that as we do, our lives are changed, our lives are blessed, as are the lives of everyone around us. I accept this for us. And in great gratitude for the gifts and so much more that you bring, I release this now, knowing it is done. And so it is.
Let me hear you. Let me feel you. Oh, Spirit, deepen my walk with you.
Amen. One of our favorite stories of the power of the I-thou relationship is Harriet Tubman. When Melissa and I were in ministerial school, we read a book called The Great Work of Your Life by Stephen Cope, and it's Dharma stories based on the Bhagavad Gita. He shares a bunch of people's stories, and he shared the story of Harriet Tubman in this book. And it inspired us so much, we wrote a song about it, and it's called Walk by Faith.
No matter where your journey's starting from, there is a voice calling you.
True story. When Harriet Tubman first escaped from slavery, she heard a voice that said, I want you to help heal others. You know what Harriet Tubman said to that voice? She said, no. She said, not me. She said, I can't. I can't. But the voice wouldn't let up. It wouldn't let her be. I want you to help free others. I want you to help free others. Finally, Harriet Tubman, the woman who would be known as Moses, said yes. Yes. Walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night. Step by step, she followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You've got to walk by faith, not by sight, listening every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light. Yeah.
True story. Harriet Tubman, with the help of the Union Army, once freed 750 enslaved people in one day. Can you imagine 750 people? Moses brought them home. The voice of Spirit doesn't mess around. When you listen to that voice, you are never the same. When you listen to that voice, you are free. And it doesn't stop there. You take others with you. The 750 are still alive today. They're your sisters and your brothers in struggle and in pain. They're your doubts and your fears when you say, I can't, but you can, and you will. When you walk by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed a voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace. It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
You gotta walk by faith, not by sight, listening every step of the way. Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guiding light. No matter where your journey's starting from, there is a voice calling you, yeah, taking you home. You've gotta walk
by faith, not by sight. Moses walked in the middle of the night, step by step. She followed the voice. She couldn't shut it off. She didn't have a choice. It told her when to move. It told her when to wait. She was walking in its footsteps. She was walking in its grace.
That
It wasn't just the people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
Walk on into the night. Let that northern star be your guide.
It wasn't just her people Moses led through the night. It was anyone who's ever walked by faith and not by sight.
Thank you so much.
Yes, thank you. That was amazing. Aren't we blessed? Oh, and speaking of being blessed, while the ushers come forward, I think Z said in her prayer, be grateful for what Spirit gives us. And so in this moment, I'm so grateful for those of you that serve, that help us bring this Sunday service to you, to beyond, the production team, everyone. And please know that your monetary donations also contribute. They keep those lights on. They keep the electricity flowing. They allow us to bring people like Melissa and Z. So with that, let us repeat our giving affirmation together. From the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly.
Yeah.
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need. Love is my source. Love is my power. Love gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. God gives me everything I need.
Joy, joy, joy.
Joy is my source.
Joy.
Joy is my power.
Power, my
Joy gives
strength.
me everything I need.
Everything.
So I give thanks
For all
my blessings. Joy gives me everything I need.
brings me to peace.
Peace is my source. Peace is my power. Peace gives me everything I need. So I give thanks for all my blessings. Peace gives me everything I need.
Oh, good,
God is my source. God is my power. God gives me everything I need. I give thanks
I give thanks
for all my
all
blessings.
my blessings.
God gives me everything I need.
Everything God
God
gives
gives me
me.
everything I need.
Everything
God gives me everything I need.
Oh my goodness, this has been an amazing day.
Hasn't
Thank
it?
you so much for being here, Melissa and Z. Thank you, praise team. Thank you,
Praise
incredible
team.
band.
Bam!
Amazing. So I can't wait for y'all to come back. We got to talk. Got to talk about some things. So we are now where, Reverend Marcia?
We are just about to close our service.
Yes, that is what's happening.
Yes.
So before we do that, though, I want to honor someone whose last day working at the center is today. Wallace Edson. Where is Wallace? Oh, he does not know he's being honored. He does not know he's being honored. So Wallace's last day is today, working here at the center. I will miss him tremendously. He was our facility manager. And I would love for someone to get his attention to have him come in here. Here he comes. He's not going to like this. Oh, he's up there.
Oh, up there.
Wallace, I think you escaped because you knew this was going to happen. That's the feeling I'm having. Okay, all right. So we have a cake for Wallace, and there's a flower dedication today, just to let him know how much He has been loved and appreciated for all of the support he has given the center. He has supported me since I have been here and been a rock for me. I will miss him and seeing him every day. And we also appreciate all the thousands of chairs he has stacked and unstacked and rolled every which way. So give Wallace a big hug, everybody, when you see him. Here he is.
Thank you. Now, if everyone will hurry up and get out, I can clean up.
Oh my goodness. So Wallace, we have a cake for you and there's a card for you and we will hug you and have cake out in the social hall.
All right, now I'll clean the cake off the floor.
Thank you. Thank you for everything,
Thank
Wallace.
you so much.
Yeah.
Really,
Yeah. Okay, thanks. All right, so who's here for the very first time? Don't be shy.
Yeah.
I don't think so. All right, so who's here for the second time? Fourth time? Fifth time? All right, welcome. I'm so glad you're here. As the children are making their way down, the teens are making their way down, excuse me. Please know that if you have questions about the center, there's a wonderful concierge table out in Fellowship Hall, and there's also going to be cake and other delights. So please hug somebody, talk to me, get information about the center, and welcome, welcome, welcome.
And you had asked us to say something about our table? Oh, yes. Okay, so we have a little, we call it our Oh My God Life mini mall that's out there. And we are an online and traveling ministry, as you may have heard. And proceeds for the online mini mall, our mini mall help support our ministry. We have books, we have T-shirts, we have magnets, we have music, online classes.
Online classes, including next Saturday, we're teaching the Enneagram.
Online.
If you heard anyone say how great yesterday was and you're interested in that, we're teaching it next Saturday online.
So all kinds of fun
classes
stuff.
Online.
And we have a
But
mailing list.
The most important thing to us is the mailing list, which is free to you. If you would like us, I like to say, if you didn't like us, don't sign up on our mailing list.
Don't do it.
We don't need to know. But if you did enjoy us this morning, we'd love to have you add yourselves to our mailing list. We send out 2 brand new videos every month. There's prayers and affirmations and messages and all kinds of good videos. And then we each have a blog, so you'll get something once a week. And our favorite thing is that every year we write and record a new birthday song. We make a video of it so that all of our friends on our mailing list get a video at about 12:02 in the morning on their birthday so that you hear from us on your birthday. How many people here get their birthday video already?
Oh, okay, a lot of you.
Oh, you all need to sign up. Okay,
Yep.
So anyway, that's our favorite.
And thank you again for having us. Thank you to Reverend Cheryl for having us back. It's been a really long time, and we were really excited to be invited back. So thank you all, and thank you. Thank you. Yeah.
Alina, you going to say something?
Hello, I'm Alina, and today in our teen room we had Jackson as our volunteer. Jackson.
Hi, I'm Maya, and today we learned how to express ourselves through creativity.
Thank you. I think.
Oh, and next week, the youth program reopens.
Did we call the practitioners forward?
Okay, practitioners, come on down, and we will do our final song. So, Reverend Melissa and Z will lead us in our final song.
We will.
And benediction, yes?
Yes.
Okay,
Absolutely.
all right.
All right. Okay, this is another one where it's obvious. There's a chorus. It's just the word yes a bunch of times. Yes, yes.
Yes.
So every time I do this, you say yes. Ready?
Yes.
That's pretty good. Let's see.
Yes.
One more time. That's so fun.
Yes.
I feel very powerful when I do that.
Yes.
Oh, that's really fun. Okay, so there's a bunch of those in the song, and then there's a chorus that you'll hear, and you'll get it, and you'll sing it
And
with
also
us.
a part where I do a call and response, but you'll just repeat after me. Super easy.
Super easy.
Yeah.
Before we do, can I just say, this band.
Yeah. Praise the
And
band
the praise
and praise
team.
the praise team. Yeah.
Woo!
Really fun for us.
Such a pleasure for
Yeah,
us.
really fun
okay.
for us. Okay.
All right, so now we'll do our song.
All right.
Yes, 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 yes. I say
Yes.
to the greatest good you have for me.
Yes.
To this good, now let it bless me. All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it, and I say
Yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
again. I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
I say yes. 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 I say
Yes.
to the greatest joy you have for me.
Yes.
To this joy, now let it bless me. All of the joy that you wanna bring, I allow it, and I say
Yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
see.
So much good.
So much good.
Right on time.
Right on time.
I can take it.
I can take it.
'Cause it's mine.
'Cause it's mine.
Spirit's gonna give it.
Spirit's gonna give it.
And I'm gonna get it.
And I'm gonna get it.
'Cause I align.
I align
With the divine.
with the divine.
Yes, I align.
I align
With the divine.
with the divine.
All of the good that you wanna bring, I allow it, and I say
Yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
I say
Yes, 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 yes.
I say it.
Yes, 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 yes.
Woo!
Yes, 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 yes.
I say yes. I say
Yes, 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 yes. I say yes.
yes.
So it is. Amen. Please repeat after me. Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
Spirit is so much smarter than I am.
It's never too late to surrender to Spirit.
It's never too late to surrender to Spirit.
I empower my life by surrendering to Spirit.
I empower my life by surrendering to Spirit.
I expand my life by surrendering to Spirit.
I expand my life by surrendering to Spirit.
And so it is.
And so it is.
Have a great week, everybody.